Joining me here in the Burst Mode studio is Paul and his set of filters. In fact, a whole filter system here. So just give me the big picture here. Tell me about the H&Y filter system.
We brought H&Y to the UK for the photography show 2 years ago. It was a soft launch, we had no product. It was just a concept. It was a concept of taking the filters you already own and use for landscape photography and adapting them via these frames to be able to use them magnetically.
Right.
Anybody who's got filters today has a traditional holder just like this one, and it has slots on the front, and it's a complete fiddle and fuss to try and get all the alignment right, slot them in and
So it can be, yeah.
Yeah, so we've done away with that, and what we've done is brought in, he wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting that.
What we've done is we've brought in a much slimmer profile of holder, which then filters magnetise to. So this is just a frame, and you can buy those separately for the two most common sizes, 100 by 150 or 100 by 100, so the 100mm systems. You attach these to your current filters, and then once you've done that, they're framed like this, they magnetise to the holder. And the next one comes along and it magnetises to that.
So that's the magnet is the magic there, isn't it? And that is not going anywhere, right?
Absolutely right, not going anywhere.
Good stuff.
So this is now much more simple, much more straightforward. And we're not telling people, oh, you've got to throw away everything you've already got and start all over again with our system only. No, 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 no. So that is the H&Y holder, but this is a Lee Filters holder, the original foundation kit holder. And we've adapted it. So you get the strips and you unscrew the slots from the ones that you've got and you put on these in their place. They're two metal plates. And that then is used magnetically. Exactly the same way.
Okay.
And that one there is for Nissi, and we've also got them for Format High Tech. So all you're doing is getting those adapter strips to then convert what you've already got. You're not losing the investment that you've made already.
Yeah.
You're just adapting its use.
Quick on, quick off.
Quick on, quick off, light sealed all the way round. Easily slide up and down to get your alignment right as you want it to be. Don't get your fingerprints all over the optical surfaces because you've got a frame to hold onto them with. And it's just so much more simple and straightforward. The benefit of going all the way into H&Y, the holder itself, there's a number of feature benefits to it. For example, it has rear drop-in filters. It is in itself a much slimmer profile of mount or holder, but to have in the rear, which is all light sealed all the way around, a circular polarizer which comes with it, or you can hot swap that, take that out, and then in its place put in a neutral density filter, like so. And you've changed nothing about your front alignment. You haven't touched the lens or any of the gradual neutral densities on the front at all. So these can just come in and come out. And there's a whole range of individual 95mm drop-in filters. So it's so much more well advanced than what we've all used in the past. Things have moved on.
So you said you introduced H&Y to the UK a couple of years ago at the photography show. Just tell me a bit about the company. Whereabouts are they coming from and what's their footprint elsewhere?
They're a Chinese manufacturer. They're one of the biggest filter manufacturers in the world. They obviously make for various other brands as well. And having the magnetic aspect to be able to allow people with filter systems already to get that benefit meant that we could, help everybody in effect, and then upgrade certain aspects as and when they need to. There is another way into H&Y. They're a real filter innovator. If you own Olympus or Fujifilm systems, they have in their ranges two lenses which have curved front elements and no filter thread because they're ultra wide. So Olympus have the 7-14 and Fujifilm have their 8-16, both of which are either impossible or very expensive to put filters onto with other systems. With H&Y, a £100 holder designed specifically for that lens, enables you to take your existing filters, put the magnetic frame on them, and then magnetise them straight onto the front. And that doesn't give vignetting for up to 2 filters.
Right.
And the reason is because it's so slim profile, because our frames are held magnetically, the whole thing at the front doesn't appear in the shot.
And of course, you know, we're talking about this being of particular interest to landscape photographers who are very likely to have really, really wide-angled lenses.
Yes, it's by virtue of the subject.
Indeed.
You want to get it in. I mean, not exclusively, but there is a huge benefit to this. And the other nice thing about this, what I like especially, is carrying them. You're always told with filters that they're to be carried separately with a lining between them because you don't want the surfaces rubbing against each other. With the frames, hold the glass surfaces off of each other so that you can just carry them as a bunch. And let me show you one other thing, David. Having shocked you with the filter, I'm going to pre-warn you this time.
Don't do that!
I did give him fair warning.
Wow.
These are made of Corning Gorilla Glass.
Right, so that's the glass that we're used to seeing on the front of our smartphones.
Absolutely, and they're the only filters that are.
Right.
So everybody else uses Shot B270 glass. H&Y have invested more greatly into Corning Gorilla Glass 3, the latest generation of that glass, because they're virtually unbreakable.
So unbreakable glass is the actual, because I can see you've got the gradient on there as well. That's also going to be pretty scratch proof as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, okay. Am I allowed to drop it on the floor?
You may.
You watch, I'll probably break it.
Well, all good. Still good.
Good stuff.
There you go.
Listen, I must admit, you know, I don't tend to use filters in my photography. I tend to do more urban landscape photography, and you know, I haven't graduated perhaps to using grad filters and so on. But everyone I speak to who does use filters is so incredibly passionate about them, and that comes across in what you talk about here as well.
And rightly so. They are very interesting filters, which can really change the image that you get from your camera, and also improve your workflow, so you do less on the computer later on. Get it optically right in the camera at the time you're at the landscape, at the setting.
Cool. Listen, thank you very much indeed for bringing these in and for throwing stuff all around our studio here. If people want to find out more about the H&Y range, where do they go?
Handyfilters.com. H&Y, handyfilters.com.
I see what you did there. Very good. Paul, thank you very much indeed for joining us and throwing stuff around our studio.
My pleasure.